Congratulations, graduates. Over the years, I've given many of these speeches. I've asked the question, who's your hero? I've compared life to theater, to Kool-Aid. I've quoted famous people, and I've quoted our instructors. I even sang and danced once. But it basically all comes down to a few little lessons that I want to impart to you. The first, save money. Don't forget what brought you to Triangle Tech. I'm almost certain it was not the outstanding new director. I'm pretty sure it was to get a better job and to make more money. So save money in a bank, in a sock, in a freezer, whatever. The more you know, the more you can do, and the more you'll get paid, the more you can save. However, nobody gets paid for what they know. They get paid for what they do. So make a point to save money. If you can save a couple hundred a week, that's great. But if not, then try to save a few tens, or a few fives, or even a few ones. If all else fails, save a few quarters. No matter what, it'll add up over time. But you need to start and set a good habit for yourself. Second lesson, be professional. Be a person of integrity and professionalism. What will you make of your future? How will you define yourself? Be passionate about what you do. Learn to present yourself in a positive light. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Take pride in what you do. Don't ever settle for second best. Don't let anyone set your limits. No one can tell you what you can't do. Only you can tell you that. Don't allow yourself to be put into situations that bring out your worst. But in those situations, be your best. Set your goals and strive to reach them. You've heard the saying, you're only as good as your weakest link. Well, I say you're only as good as your worst day. That's what people will remember. So give 100%, and then even your worst will be better than most. Next, be a team player. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to lend a hand to someone in need. How will you make people feel? Learn to play well with others. You are going to work with people you like and ones you don't like, but you're going to work with them. And just because you disagree with somebody does not mean that one of you has to be wrong. It just means that you disagree. On the radio, I heard a fact of the day was that 4 seconds of silence wins more arguments. So pause. Stop talking and listen. Stop talking and think through before you make a decision. In the end, getting the job done is most important. Therefore, learn to get along and meet that goal. My last lesson is be happy. Always take time to celebrate your successes with the people who helped you get there. Take time to look around and appreciate what you've got, where you've been, and where you're heading. Life is too delicate to take for granted. Things are going to happen, good and bad. It's how you handle them that will make the difference. Will you get angry or troubleshoot the problem? Will you complain about the view of the rocks or climb the mountain? Will you watch the world pass by or will you change it for the better? Learn to roll with the punches. It doesn't mean that you won't get hit. It just means that you keep moving forward. Bad days happen and we often can't control them. But our attitude and how we approach our problems will often determine our successes, both personal and professional. Remember that old adage, don't sweat the small stuff. It's all small stuff. Again, I'd like to say congratulations and wish you well. Thank you. In closing, I'd just like to add a few more words. A few years ago, I saw a commercial on TV for some kind of insurance. It started with a lady stopping a man listening to his iPod from being hit by a car. Seeing this good deed, another man is encouraged to help a young mother get her baby buggy off of the bus. Seeing this act of kindness leads to a young woman helping some kids playing basketball by stopping their ball from going into the road. The driver seeing this, a driver on the road seeing this, helps an old man get his luggage off the airport conveyor, which leads to another man putting money in a parking meter for someone else, and so on and so forth until we're back to the lady saving the man from walking in front of the car. I like this commercial because it shows how one small deed or act can impact another person and then another and so on. It shows that no matter what you might think, your actions, good or bad, will affect others, including me, even if you didn't realize it. On our first or second day of school, I stood before these graduates and we talked about what makes a good employee, a successful employee. I asked them to think of that person that they wanted to work with and what traits did that person possess. Common answers are hardworking, good attitude, dependable, knowledgeable, loyal. We then challenged them, or I then challenged them, to become that employee. Almost immediately, I saw that these two classes, the electricians and the welders, were willing to help, encourage, and support each other, even across the program. I could see that you graduates were willing to work hard and keep a good attitude. When you called on each other for help, the call was answered. During the last 16 months, your lessons have extended beyond welding and electricity. You have learned to work together despite differences in your backgrounds, personalities, and ages. You've learned that it's okay to ask questions and to listen to each other. You have learned to respect each other and the lessons that you can teach each other. You have learned to finish what you start, that change can be good, and success is a feeling, not a label. I hope each of you realize that you can always learn more, invent and imagine more, and ask more questions. I hope you have learned to adapt and overcome life's difficulties. I hope you were able to look at each other and learn integrity, dignity, respect, admiration, and that sometimes the only thing left to do is laugh. Because these are the lessons I have learned from you. From the very beginning, you have helped each other, stood by each other, you suffered together, and you celebrated together. When one was fallen, you helped him or her get up. Look around you at your family and friends. Think about the influences and support that they have given you. Take time to say thank you. Know that your actions, deeds, words also affect them. Make those words and deeds encouraging, respectful, and kind. Chances are, some of us will meet again. And when we do, I hope you'll remember the good times. Remember the lessons learned. And remember knowledge, respect, teamwork, determination, attitude, kindness, perseverance, courage, strength, inquisitiveness. These are the adjectives that we would like to describe each other with. Maya Angelou said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made me feel." I want you to know that I feel very proud to have called you my students. I feel honored to have met each and every one of you. And I will remember you all fondly and with a smile. Congratulations. This is your day. Enjoy it. And good luck to you all. Thank you.